We bring you the latest updates from the Pna Newsroom. President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. vows to continue developing interconnected road networks as he led today the inauguration of the first section of the North Luzon Expressway connector from Caloocan to España Boulevard in Manila. The first section of the NLEX connector is an elevated expressway that will ease traffic along España Boulevard, Abad Santos Avenue, Bezal Avenue, and Lacson Avenue, and provide easier access to the University Belt and several other areas. The new expressway can reduce travel time to and from Caloocan and Manila to just 5 minutes, making cargo and goods movement such as those coming from the Port of Manila easier. The NLEX connector stretches 8 kilometers from Caloocan to the vicinity of the Polytechnic University of the Philippines in Santa Mesa, Manila. Once fully operational, it will serve around 35,000 vehicles daily. In his speech, Marcos called on the Department of Transportation and its partners to finish the project scheduled to benefit the people.
Ultimately, the positive effects of this project will speed up mobility and transactions, will spur economic productivity of the country. High-impact infrastructure improvements, visible and directly felt by our people, will be the credible proof that their government is indeed effectively and tirelessly working for them and applying what we have come to call the whole of government, whole of nation approach. So we will not stop here. We will continue to develop a highly interconnected road network that will facilitate our country's rapid, inclusive, and sustained economic growth.
A total of 9,463 liters of oily water mixture and 115 sacks of oil-contaminated material have been collected by the Philippine Coast Guard from oil spill-affected areas in Western Visayas and Mimaropa. From March 1 to 26, the PCG said it collected more than 3,500 sacks and 22 drums of waste from 13 affected barangays in Nauhan, Bulalakaw, and Pola Oriental, Mindoro. The PCG also said it collected 137 sacks of oil-contaminated materials for shoreline response on Sunday. Meanwhile, Defense Senior Undersecretary Carlito Galvez Jr. said they are looking forward to the arrival of the entire U.S. Coast Guard contingent for the additional technical support and to assist in the ongoing cleanup operations of Mindoro's massive oil spill. After an aerial inspection of the affected areas on Sunday, Galvez said the situation has improved and become more encouraging. He said this is a result of the response efforts of various government agencies and the collaboration of all stakeholders. To date, more than 95 million pesos worth of assistance have been provided by the government with partner NGOs to the residents in the areas affected by the oil spill. In our news overseas, authorities have advised Filipinos visiting or residing in Israel to stay alert and be mindful of their surroundings due to security concerns. The Philippine Embassy in Israel advised Filipinos to avoid going to crowded and sensitive areas at least until April 30. Among these areas to be avoided include the West Bank, the Temple Mount, and several landmarks in Jerusalem, as well as the areas around East Jerusalem and near the border of Gaza and Lebanon. For emergencies, Filipinos may contact the Philippine Embassy, Israel's emergency services, police, or other local authorities. Mass protests have started in parts of Israel after Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu sacked Defense Minister Yoav Gallant, who had opposed plans to overhaul the judicial system. Earlier this month, an Israeli man was wounded while his partner was unhurt when a Palestinian gunman fired shots at them in West Bank. The collaboration between the Philippines and Australia is expected to increase in 2023 and beyond as the two countries work to strengthen and upgrade their relationship. From a comprehensive one, the partnership between the two countries is moving to a strategic one, focusing on the rapidly changing security environment. Australian Ambassador HKUPSM told the Philippine news agency in an exclusive interview that the partnership is expected to strengthen ties in terms of economic trade. Data from the Australian Embassy shows that the Philippines received an estimated 3.1 billion pesos in official development assistance from 2022 to 2023. These includes 2.5 billion pesos in bilateral funds to help mitigate threats to regional security and peace-building efforts in Mindanao, as well as advance inclusive economic growth, including social protection programs for the poorest and most vulnerable. The remaining 648 million pesos, on the other hand, will be directed towards global and regional initiatives. And that is the latest and the biggest stories from the Pna Newsroom. For more news content, visit our webpage or head on to the Philippine News Agency's Facebook and Twitter accounts. We are also shown on the social media pages of the Presidential Communications Office, or PCO. Please stay tuned for more news updates. I am William Theo. We tell stories that unite the nation.